Thinking about putting up some more Christmas tree lights. I got some out here. I pulled them out last night and plugged them in just so I could see how bright they are. And in order to put them up, I need a ladder. My ladder's inside the shed. And I think the way I parked the Chrysler, and I've got the Chrysler so close to it, I don't know if I can get a ladder out without moving the Chrysler. It might be easier to come around over here. I noticed I left the light on in here last night too. Need to turn that off. Oopsie. Didn't mean to leave that on. Put that off. Yeah. And I might could get a ladder down without scuffing up the Chrysler here, but it's going to be tricky because the car is so close. I might can unhook it from here and feed it out over the top of the lawnmower. Let's try that. I'll put you all up here. Let's see if I can climb in here and get this ladder down without wrecking anything. Oh yeah. Bob. Whee! Good. Y'all are in the YouTuber Hall of Fame here, where I got a lot of my stickers and tags. By the way, I got a sticker to show y'all. I had one made up for my own purposes. I'll show you that in a little bit. Looks like I'm missing some air from that back tire there. I'll put that on the list of things that needs to be addressed. Some little birdie made a beautiful little nest right there too. Oh, the joy. Okay, so what else do I need from out here? Do I need some of these long screws? Maybe. Maybe. What are these screws here? These are shorter screws. Those would be good ones for hanging those Christmas tree lights up on. Yep. I might want to use these ones right here for what I'm thinking about doing out there. Oh, the joy. Oh, the joy. Boy, it's just a great day. Nice weather. I would love to run the lights all the way up to that peak, but I'm generally pretty afraid of heights. And I don't know if I could stand to get up that high. Now what I could do, and this would be an idea, I could go up to that peak. If I had 2 rolls of that wire like that, I could go up to that peak and I could literally feed a wire out on either side up there and bring the lights down that way. Ooh, let's think about that. I may wind up going to buy some more lights for that, but let's see. This is the light I have. I got a goodly bit of that, but let's go up top. I also need to change the light bulb right up there, and that's another high spot that's hard to get to. I don't know if I can open that door and reach out there and do it without falling and killing myself off or not. Let's go up into the peak of the barn out here. Yeah, I could feed a light out on either side up here. If I had 2 strings of light that would reach from this plug that's on a timer up to there and down to there. Now these are 12 feet. I know that. So down to here would be probably about a 15-foot light. And I could do that. And then I could take this light and run it down the edge. I might need to run up to the store and see what I can come up with for that. Here's what I'm talking about. So here's what I think I'm gonna do. I don't have a big enough ladder to get up to the peak of that building, but I can feed Christmas lights out through a little crack under the eave between the rafter and the tin, and then I can pull those lights down all the way to each one of these side edges. And once I get down here, I can actually turn the lights and run them down the side of the building. Now what I wound up buying, I was going to get, well, these are about 12 feet, and it's another couple of feet to the plug up there. And what I bought is 22 feet, so I should be able to come down here and turn and go somewhat down the side of the building here. And then I got a third set, but I might decide to get a fourth one. Well, I might do the same thing on the other end. In fact, if I had enough to come at least halfway, then I could come to the other end of this from inside rather than having to get on a ladder, and I could feed lights out up there through the same mechanism. And if I had enough so that they came down and met in the middle, that would be ideal for this side. And for the other side, we could go around the outside of that building over there. That'd make this building into a nice little Christmas decoration all by itself. This other row of lights, I don't even know how long it is. I think it's about 25 feet. But I could take those lights and run them around back here in the backyard and just, you know, run them as far as they would go around in the back of the house to do a little decorating back here. Anyway, I'm gonna go up in the inside here through the old shed. I was surprised at how nice and warm and dry it is in this shed here. You know, it's kind of no insulation, but it's kind of nice and tight in here, so it's pretty good for a pretty good place to work on stuff at some point. And what we're gonna do up here is come all the way to the top where I have this handy dandy little timer here. I could raise this timer up here a little bit, and then I'd have more on the outside when I come down. Ooh, yeah. Let me set my camera down for a little bit while I think about what I'm doing. Okay, let's go down and go to the outside and see where things are at from down there. Let's see. I'll take my drill down with me. So now here's my two wires here. I should be able to pull them over to either side and feed them through that rafter beam there and then go out that way with them. I'll go get a ladder. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to do some major bush trimming in order to get a ladder in over here in this bush. Yeah, I think so. Okay. We'll see what I got that I can trim me out a path with. I think it might be a good idea to go put some gloves on. And I'll put this tool away while I'm at it. I like to come down to about where the top of the windows are and then go down the side of the building. So I'm going to put a screw right at that point and then go down through there and put a few screws to hang these lights into. We'll see how far we get. If I can make it to roughly about halfway, then I'll do the same thing on the other end and I'll come back with a line of screws. And I've also got a light bulb around here that looks like a fire flame, and I've got a bulb up in the other end that doesn't seem to be working, a lamp on the other end of the garage, so I might put that fire flame bulb in that. But one thing at a time. Let's go work on this first. So it looks to me like it's going to be enough to go all the way to here and then back up to the center point on the other end. 1, 2, 3, 4 windows. 1, 2, 3, 4 windows. So they would meet right there. So I've got one more roll of lights that's this length. I may run back to the store and get another one that same length, so I can have two that comes out from over here. And I'll also move my ladder over here to see if it looks like I can reach that light bulb from out here. I seem to recall when I put that up there thinking that's going to be a tough one if I ever had to change it. So I'll get my gloves on, we'll try a bit. Okay then, so I went in up through there, opened the door, was able to swing my arm out through the door and was able to see that that light is actually a genuine old antique light that was at one time lit by it was an oil lamp, who knows, on some structure somewhere, and Stan Silva restored it and wired it into an electric light. It literally hangs on a hook outside this door, and I am able to get to it by opening the door, and literally I can reach out and unhang it from the hook. I should be able to change the light inside of it. Now, something I bought a long time ago was this little light bulb. It looks like fire. And when I bought it, I put it in 2 or 3 places, and I thought, I don't know if I'll ever use that. But you know, it hit me that this would be the perfect place for that light bulb. So what I'm going to do is do a little bit of wire changing around over here, and then I'm going to install that, and then I'm going to run the 2 lights out like I did on the front of the building, and continue with the plan of having them come together. And one of the ways that I'm going to do this is I'm going to unwire this wire, which is one side of this timer is one side of this is a timer, and one side of this is a light that's just on all the time. So I'm going to move this light to this side and then go back out there and change that bulb. And once the bulb is changed, I'll put it back. I'm probably going to put my camera down because I probably can't do this without. Oops, I just unplugged this one. When they invented these lights where they reversed and they made one side one polarity over the other, and they made it where it would only fit one way, that really bugged me. Still does. I'm going to set y'all aside while I reach out the door and change this light bulb. Or I suppose you could watch me, that way if I fall, at least we'll get in that video, right? That'd be much more interesting than just falling and not having anybody see me. Oh, where she thinks. I gotta find a smaller light bulb. Unfortunately, this one won't work. Okay, I found a bulb that will fit in here. It's green, which is not a bad thing for an outside bulb. I like the flame idea, but I'll go with the green. Still a cool light bulb. I'll bring it all around so you can kind of see. It's definitely a cool old-fashioned lamp. This closes down onto that like this, and there's a little thing on the back that goes up on a little knob up there. That's the tricky part where I have to reach out the door to put it up. So, set you here. Getting it down is a lot easier than getting it back up, I'll tell you that. Okay, now we will go down and look up at it from the outside and maybe pull one side over the side I'm on, and then we'll come back and put the other lights up. I'm glad I got the ladder here because I'm gonna need to go up and pull this over here, so I'll just go up the ladder and do that right quick. All right, let's go plug in the other side and run it down the other side. Oh, the joy. And plug in the green light too. So this is what that looks like from out here. Hopefully you can see the green light up top. White lights come down inside here and down over there. They come down inside here and out that way. The ones on the front, you saw, I hooked them up the same way. Right now, those lights are not wired to the timer. They're just wired to a hot light so I can see them work. So I'm gonna go back in and switch them over, put them back on the timer so that they should light up here in an hour or so when it gets dark enough. So that finishes that project. I've got some leftover lights and I'm thinking about putting them over there. So let me go and plug the right things into the right places here, and then we'll come back to whatever comes next out there. Oh, these are on too now. Awesome. We're coming out to witness the lighting of the barn.
Ooh, ah, ooh,
Ah, ooh, ah. Mr. Heavy Chevy put up a picture on Instagram, and he had a box full of lights, and I wrote, ooh, ah, ooh. Ooh, let's go look. Oh, just look at it, honey. Oh, just look at it. Ooh, ah.
very nice, honey.
Ah, look at that green light up there. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. We have to go look at the other side too. The side with the star. Ooh. Ah. Huh?
Looks good.
I'm so happy.
Good.
I'm so excited.
Good.
Whee! All right.
Looks good. Good
Does
job.
look good. I'm happy.
Good.
Whee!
Looks good. Good job.
Thank you.